Warning, spoilies ahead.
Yeah.
What's the deal with podcasting?
It's better this way because we don't have to get in. We have to get zero input from you.
Oh, it's me just blabbing my guts to you, and I don't give a shit because you don't exist, because I don't see you. You just look and listen to me. Well, guess what?
Technically, nothing exists outside of what we're doing right now. And if you're watching this, technically nothing exists out of what you're doing right now. Because you're probably sitting on a toilet watching us, aren't you?
Yeah. You're pooping right now, aren't you? You're watching us pooping. Hi there. Welcome to Season 6 of Two Guys, One Film. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
Can you believe it's been 6 seasons of this show?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Fair enough. We want to get this out here, get it out of the way, elephant in the room. We don't want to discuss this anymore. We're really tired of it. Okay,
yes,
let's just get this out there.
We were in prison. We were found innocent by a court of law. Did we do it? Yes. No. Probably.
Who cares? Who cares anymore? If it's a problem to you, keep it to yourself.
Yeah. The point is, we're getting a second chance.
And because we're getting a second chance at life, this season we're giving movies a second chance. Movies that we hated, movies the first time we haven't seen since. So
we're gonna dive into some stuff that, like, back in the day we were like super just no, this is awful, and we almost walked out of movie theaters or did walk out of a theater. I don't remember if we talked about that, but
second chances.
So in the spirit of not being cynical,
it's about second chances. And if you're still with us after all this trial, after all this hullabaloo, thank you for continuing to watch our show. And if you're new to watch our show, thank you for watching our show. We didn't kill those people. We might have killed those people. Doesn't give any shits now because a court of law said we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're not guilty. And thanks for giving us a second chance.
We are in PA, Podcasters Anonymous. That's why we are in this room. We are the only 2 people in PA at the moment. We feel like it's a good way to get the ball rolling on our second chance of life, becoming, better people to society, as the judge said. I don't know what that means, but we have to do this.
Yeah. What movie did we watch?
Oh, anyway, let's start this. Let's get this fucking show on the road. It's been a while. We've been locked up. I don't remember how to do this fucking show. If you think you can do it better than me, I fucking dare you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Season 6. There's some fire and then an eagle. He's back in Season 6.
It's good that we're on the same page here.
Yeah,
we're flying in. We're flying in on an eagle. We were both punching at the screen. It's a new season.
Us.
We're coming right out the gate here. What are we coming out
chances with? We're watching fucking Green Lantern. Sorry, I shouldn't say fuck. We are watching Green Lantern. Came out in 2011. It was directed by Martin Campbell. It was written by Greg Berlanti, Michael Green, Mark Guggenheim, and Michael Goldenberg. Based off the DC comic character Green Lantern. So this was my pick. I'm gonna get this anonymous this out here. I saw this movie in 2011 when it came out. I was a very big Green Lantern comic book fan. I still am, but at that time I was heavy into Green Lantern comics. I'm talking Sinestro Corps War. I'm talking Brightest Day. I'm talking Blackest Night. I'm talking anything Jeff Johns was doing with Green Lantern. I was all about it. So I was like, oh shit, Green Lantern movie. Oh no, it's got Ryan Reynolds. It could probably be okay, right? No, it wasn't. I was very cynical. I was young. This was 2011, and I was that shitty comic book nerd bud who, that's not like the comics. Fuck this shit. Oh, they fucked it up. I don't like this. They'll never get a comic movie right. and they never do, but it doesn't matter. So this was my pick, Green Lantern. I did not like it the first time, so here we are watching it again.
Watching it again. Okay, so it didn't feel like again for me because I've only seen like bits of it on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you see it in the theater?
No, I think I saw it on DVD. I didn't get to see it in theater, but I do remember getting this on DVD or borrowing it and watching it and being highly disappointed. So
I guess we're gonna get into that.
You know, if you don't know the Green Lantern, it's a DC hero, an alien, Abin Sur, is flying on a spaceship. You don't know why, because hey, Green Lanterns can travel across the universe with their rings. Might as well fly a spaceship. Crashes. His ring chooses Hal Jordan to become the next Green Lantern. And for some reason in the movie, they introduce Parallax as a Guardian. I don't know. I don't want to. We'll get into my comic gripes with it later because
I'm familiar with the comic, so there was some stuff I wanted to ask you because I know you're a lot deeper into it than I was, because I got a lot more into it when they started introducing like all the other rings, but that's a whole nother like situation. And actually, after watching this, made me want to go back and read it because
it's good.
Just remembering all that stuff. I'm just like, wow, man, like Parallax and like Sinestro and shit. And I was like, oh man, this is all right. Well, let's.
So in the comic, Parallax was like the embodiment creature of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up like trapping him in a giant like yellow lantern. It wasn't a previous Guardian. Like each emotional light spectrum has like almost like a physical entity that is like that thing.
So, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, isn't
so
it kind of like almost like in like Greek mythology, almost like a Titan?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Reminded me of.
It's basically like that. And like, and I know in like it was either 80s or 90s. I don't know. I didn't read Green Lantern at that time. I'm not a comic guy. Put in the fucking comments the year it came out. Whatever. Hal Jordan was actually taken over by Parallax. Ended up like killing a bunch of people, destroying an entire city or some shit, and then I think dies or he comes back. I don't know. There's a Hal Jordan rebirth comic, pretty fucking cool. But yeah, Parallax wasn't an old Guardian that's like, I want to get a new power source of fear. It's just like this evil entity that they like trapped, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't remember this exposition intro at all when I watched it. And then suddenly those three like random alien astronauts that fell into a cave, and all it takes to wake Parallax up is if you jump in his cave and his eyes open, then he gets out. Like that is the worst fucking prison, is to just be buried in the ground,
crappily like encased in like not even, well, it wasn't a lantern, that's for sure. It looked like a big
green rock, you know.
Yeah. And he was like, cracked out of it halfway anyway. Yeah. So was that because of the planet shifting, or
no? I think it's just because those guys fell in and just woke him up from his really deep nap, you know.
And just those three guys gave him enough energy,
suck their fear in their gut, and then he turns into a diarrhea cloud.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. I'm gonna jump around this movie. People at home,
it's okay.
Don't give a shit
if you've seen it.
I don't know what this time period of comic book movies, their obsession with cloud entities, maybe because we just got into good cloud physics into CGI. But in Silver Surfer, the Rise of the Silver Surfer, right. Galactus was like in a cloud form. Like, what the fuck is going on? And why is Parallax a cloud form? Like, Parallax is this cool looking, like, demon creature thing made of, like, I don't know, man. Like, ugh. Why is he a cloud? Why is he a giant Guardian head cloud that looks like diarrhea flying around through space? And
it reminded me of Stranger Things almost.
Yeah. But, like, bad.
Yeah, but not cool.
Yeah. So like this movie brings up a thing that was always debated in the comics of like, why was Abin Sur flying a ship when Green Lanterns can just travel across the universe with their rings, right?
Mhm.
And it was always like debated. The coolest thing is in Green Lantern Secret Origins by Jeff Johns. It turns out that like he has had a prisoner in his ship, and it was actually Atrocitus, the guy who becomes the leader of the Red Lanterns
Oh.
later on. And like it crashes somehow, I think, because he like ends up getting stabbed by Atrocitus or some shit. And then the Black Hand ends up getting powers from it too. And then the guy with the big head, I just forgot his name. What's his fucking name in this movie? Hector?
Yeah.
Hector Hammond or whatever. He gets the power source of the ship was like this meteorite. That's how he gets his like big brain powers. He's not controlled by fear. Just like yeah, it's like this radiation from like the power cell of the ship is like this weird meteorite, and that's what gives him the fucking powers. So this movie is like, why was he flying in space with a ship?
Because he
and
was
a big ship that had no point. He was all alone in it. It's like,
well, yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, why is he in like a big? It's like his own little secret like ship to hang in.
What's
But why
my
would
fort? Hey, Sinestro, you want to come over to my fort?
yeah.
Best buds. Sinestro
Yeah, that's where
and
that's like their man cave, dude. That's where they hang out.
No yellow lanterns allowed in our fort.
And Parallax is like, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Well, he's not technically like a yellow lantern, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they're not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
I forgot that
No, not yet.
the voice sounded familiar. Abin Sur, and it was Tamura Morrison, the guy who played Jango Fett, Boba Fett. You know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I wonder why that voice sounded familiar. They're kind of Australian, but maybe not.
I always wondered that. I'm like, is he Australian or is he British?
I don't know. Or like, I think he's like Pacific Islander or something like that. I don't know what he is.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Jango Fett. Oh,
a recognizable
cool.
accent. That's what matters.
Yeah. He had an Ivan Ooze look about him from Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I needed was like the twisty goatee. You could be like, Ivan Ooze. Let's get oozy.
I don't remember that.
Ivan Ooze from
Oozy?
the Power Rangers movie.
No, I remember. I don't remember.
He had some
oozy.
phrase. I don't remember what he said. I just made that up. Like he said something in the movie that I was just like,
it's so oozy, bro.
Let's get oozy. And he pulls out Uzis and he's like, brr, 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 and he's just lighting up kids left and right.
That movie is the reboot that we're gonna do. That sounds awesome.
Power Rangers movie reboot with Ivan Ooze. Still looks the same, but he just has Uzis.
Yeah. And he's literally killing. He's killing kids
instead of like using them to mine. I think
that's awful. We should probably not be talking about like murdering children with guns.
But I don't know what he was like using the kids for, like mining or some shit, and then he had their parents for it. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the motion picture.
I'm like he's I mean, he's just awful anyway. I guess he's using kids as labor. I mean, what would he have against killing them? They're gonna eventually die if he's just like Indiana Jones sort of situation. Okay, so we just started just going off. I had a question here in the beginning when the narrator's going over a spiel. Was there a human lantern before Hal Jordan? And if not, why? Is it just because that the humans are just so young? Because that's really all I was gathering. So, because they're such like an undeveloped species. But it's like, so it just doesn't matter if like big shit happens to humanity because they're just so like insignificant.
See, yeah, that's what I don't.
Situation.
I don't remember. Like, I didn't read that far back. Like, I think he was the first human Green Lantern. I think the only reason is because like he's the Lantern of Sector 2814, which is like a huge section of space. Like, not just Earth. It's like a huge section of like the universe. So like. Yeah. I'm guessing there's like other planets in that were like, we'll go to that one. But for some reason, this ring was like, I don't want to have to travel that far. I'm already on Earth. I'll just go pick a guy.
Yeah, I'll pick Ryan Reynolds. Honestly, I don't mind Ryan Reynolds.
I don't either.
I like him because his antics are goofy and it makes me laugh. He makes me laugh.
It just doesn't fit.
Yes,
fit this character.
Yes,
you know, like I always imagine like Hal Jordan is kind of a more serious, straightforward. Kind of a dude, but like Ryan Reynolds is good. He's a goofy guy. I have nothing against him, you know.
Like he seems like a dude that doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
that's good. That's good, especially when you're in a movie like this.
See, and that's I had the same problem with Venom as I did with that's the thing about Venom that I like. Well, Eddie Brock, good actor choice in my opinion, but like the way they go back and forth is ridiculous. Like it's annoying. The way he's always calling him a pussy and stuff is stupid to me. Like
music, foul language.
it's just
I've
it's
actually
an-
never seen it. So.
It's annoying. Like to me, it was annoying. I'm sure I'm gonna get some shit for that one if anybody sees it. What?
Venom Bros are definitely going to be all over us, but like, I don't know, Venom's not a.
It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah.
That was the part that every time it happened, it's like,
Oh, Eddie, you're such a big old piece of poopy.
yeah, why don't you jump out this window? I'm gonna
I
eat
wanna
this guy.
eat
Oh,
people's
don't eat
heads.
people. I'm like, come on.
Back at the movie.
Sorry.
So Hal Jordan, he's this hot shot pilot driving fast down the road because he's late, wrapping a present because he's a goofball, and they're gonna fly planes against some robot airplanes.
Some drums,
And
pretty much.
the most heavy metal fucking guitar starts playing.
I know,
like,
dude. I was like, damn, dude.
I knew it was a serious business.
And then, oh, you're flying into the no-fly zone. We told me to break them.
The one thing, oh, this is a product of its time, and they didn't do this till recently, is like the cockpit views, like cameras in the cockpit.
Mhm.
I will go out here. I am not fucking lying. Top Gun Maverick, really fucking good movie.
Really?
Just saying, it's so fucking good. I'm not lying. Like,
wow.
First Top Gun. It's like, whenever it's Top Gun, we watched this, and I was like, it's fucking cool.
Wow.
One of the many, many reasons was like they filmed the actors in the cockpits.
Oh.
So they're like pretending to fly. They're like in the back of the cockpit. So like when they're hitting G's, they're actually like hitting G's, and like the background looks right. But like, they didn't do this back then. It's not that big of a budget, I'm sure. And it's easier to have actors like be still. So it just looks weird to me. Like that cockpit view where it's like everything's so creepy and they're just like sitting all normal. But like,
I always kind of, I would think about that when I watched Independence Day.
Yeah.
Because it's the
Just
same
like,
way.
"Whoa.
Like they look so normal. Like even though they're supposed to be going so fast.
But if you watch Top Gun, they're like sitting in their seats, and then like if they hit G's, like their faces actually go like that, and they're like, it's cool. It's not this movie we're talking about, but go see Top Gun Maverick. Like,
oh yeah, but then he freaks out.
Well, see, like, yeah, he like pulls up, goes above, and the dick move is when he fucking set Carol up, to fucking like get killed by these like drone things, and he goes above like the no-fly zone, and like it stalls all three of them. Do those other two ships crash? Like that's a lot of money.
That's why I think that he got fired.
Yeah, because they just like fell to earth, and, like, and I mean in his cockpit too.
Yeah. Well,
that's when he starts freaking out.
I felt kind of bad like when his dad blew up because I laughed.
I did too.
And then it happens a second time, and I laughed like even harder
because it's like the getting out of the cockpit and the dad, boom, the kid flies back. It's a brutal scene, but I love it. Just like the
well, yeah, like the first explosion behind him, and I'm like, I'm laughing, and then he goes running toward him. I'm like, oh, boom, and then I lost it.
Poor Hal Jordan's got a dead daddy. Like, yeah, that was.
Then okay, sorry, the guys that beat him up, like that was stupid.
Like, why did he freeze? And like, it's such a long time. Like, he would have hit the ground by then, but he's just like, oh, I can't save this because my dad died in a crash one time. Like, dude, I bet you've been in so much other situations where you've almost crashed, and like this is the one where you're like, oh, I looked at a picture of my dad.
Like, then don't leave it in the cockpit, maybe. Like, if it's gonna make you freak out every time.
Yeah.
Like, does he do this every time he's up there?
Yeah. It's like maybe we shouldn't be letting him fly if he has like flashbacks of his father exploding every time.
Yeah,
he's crashed so many planes. He just always ejects.
no, no, this time was the last straw because he
Yeah,
broke
yeah.
3 at a time.
You broke 3 expensive jets. You got everybody fired.
But it did make me laugh when that guy was like, "Watch your back," and he's like, "That's impossible."
Yeah, like he did have some good like quips. I
But
did
again,
like
it's the Ryan Reynolds thing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just what he does. He's got the little quips. They're funny.
and he's good at them, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impossible. Also, side note, so his friend is played by Taika Waititi, right?
Mhm.
Why is he doing an American accent? Was the director of like, it's not going to be believable if you're from New Zealand and working the Air Force, do an American accent.
Yeah,
And it's not very good because it's a hard accent to cover up.
Yeah,
So like I felt bad because he's like trying to do this American accent. I'm like, just make him New
why
Zealand.
can't
Nobody
he
would have
just be
given a
from New
shit.
Zealand?
That one guy, that guy's from New Zealand. The comic books, he wasn't from New Zealand. Blah.
How do you know? You couldn't hear his accent.
Yeah, that's how I always thought it was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just felt bad. He's just like trying to do an American accent.
Be great. So you're from New Zealand? Yeah. Be not from New Zealand.
Yeah, okay.
How do I do
Why'd
that?
you hire me? I don't know.
I
We
don't
don't know why we hired you.
It's a little too late for that now, though. So
So-
be not from New Zealand.
Go.
What? This director. That's how I'm just
Yeah.
assuming the director was toward him. I
Maybe
don't
it
know
was
if
the
it's
studio.
true.
I don't know. But I don't know. He might be a dick director.
I don't know. Maybe it was. Who knows?
I wasn't there.
Somebody was like, we're not going to believe that this guy's from New Zealand.
Fuck
Not-
it.
not-
Make him
not one bit.
American.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy one bit.
The movie, when I rewatched it, I realized it's so choppy and I don't remember the order of stuff. And like something will just happen to the next scene. And I was like, where were we just now? Because like I don't know what happened from getting fired to Abin Sur crashing.
He goes to that bar.
Right.
He hangs out with that girl. Those guys kick his ass. The
Which
orb
like
shows
okay,
up.
that relationship between him and like Carol or whatever, I think her name is
It's
Carol.
Carol.
Yeah. Their relationship is so shitty because it's like, oh, let's hang out, get a drink. And then like she says one thing about him freezing up and his dad's like, thanks for the drink. And
Yeah,
just
and then
fucking
just like
leaves. I'm
runs
like,
away. I'm like, what is that?
and they were
dude?
like so intimate, like about to kiss, and he's like, thanks
Yeah.
for the drink. And then he gets his ass kicked. I was like, good.
yeah.
No, wait, because he has the ring then.
Yeah, well, he gets his ass kicked for a minute, and then he turns around and he goes
And
to
then he
punch
does
that
the
one
big
guy,
punch. But where does
and then he kills
when,
those 3 guys.
when does he get the ring though?
I just am. Oh, that's right. He gets.
Because it was after the dumb birthday party. So he
Yeah,
goes
that's
to
right.
his nephew's birthday, gives him a little airplane, does the Hot Wheels thing so that we play it later. Remember the Hot Wheels?
Oh, yeah.
And then he gets taken by that scene where he gets taken. Abin Sur crashes, sends a message like it was Parallax to Sinestro.
Hasn't Abin Sur been crashed for a bit at this
He's
point?
been yeah.
Like he,
and, like-
he really holds on just to tell him those few little words.
And like tells the ring to go find somebody. This is the thing that bothers me. In the comics, the ring literally flies off and goes to get somebody else. And like lands on their finger and they become that. Not like sends an orb to go around him. Cause like that was such a weird scene of like him coming to his car and then suddenly like, whoa, and like out of nowhere. Like it should have been like a buildup of like, what the fuck's going on? Like static or something. Then suddenly gets not just like, oh, I'm in the ball. And then he's gone.
maybe a little blue lightning. You know?
Yeah, like James Cameron would have
You
blew
know,
lightning to the shit out of that.
Spice it up a little.
Yeah. But like
But
suddenly
yeah,
he's in
but
a
then-
green
but,
ball.
Like, yeah, isn't the ring supposed to come to him?
Yeah, like the ring flies off, comes on you, and like also I hate how the rings don't talk. Like I don't know why I always love that in the comics. Like the rings will be like, Hal Jordan, you have been chosen because you can overcome great fear, or like, like
Yeah.
lethal force, not or like, not detected or something like that. Like it was always like a cool message to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, get a green ball, bring him to me so I can physically hand him the ring.
Yeah,
and
because he
tell
needs
him-
because he needs to see the alien that he's
Mhm.
getting it from. Even though
Yep.
wouldn't the ring have just like told him that because it's like
Yeah.
it's like almost like being in a hive mind because like
Yeah,
it's like
it
a
really is because
database
like
and,
you get to learn
y-
stuff and it
yeah,
tells you
you know
things,
like every language. Well, it's not. It's like a translator. It just translates everything.
yeah,
It's sick.
it's like
Badass.
like the it's just bad.
I know the
like,
comic makes it. It goes into like it's
It's because it's a comic. Like you can dissect it more. You can build up more of the story. It's just harder for a movie. Like I get it. And
Yeah.
it's 2011. You're trying to do an origin story. You're trying to get an audience for something. And you think people are dumb enough to like, oh, I don't understand this. But like, just trust them.
people
Trust
like
them to be like, oh, the
Peop-
rings are like cool and sentient.
like I
Hell
would say
yeah.
that people are kind of stupid. I'm one of them. But you know, we're not that dumb.
Yeah.
You know, we read
can get
we
it.
read the comics. It's fine.
Yeah, we get it. And if we didn't,
Then we'll
we'll
go look
figure
it up. We
We'll
got
figure
Google.
it out. But yeah, like Abensur tells him, take the lantern, recite the oath, and something else.
And you're gonna be like super responsible and responsibility and
Yeah,
deal with it. Put the ring on.
I'm out. And
Yeah,
then like
peace.
his suit comes off, and the first thing I think of is, where's Abensur's dick?
That's what I was thinking.
He's like a Ken doll down there. Maybe his alien species, like something opens up
Also, I
and
was a
comes
little
out,
bit
and then she
like, like as being Hal Jordan and not knowing anything about Green Lanterns, wouldn't you have been a little surprised when like he's just nude all of a sudden? I wouldn't have been like leaning on him. I probably would have been like, "Whoa,
whoa,
okay,
whoa.
all of his clothes are gone,"
And touching like his bloody body and just like, whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
it feels, and I feel like he keeps putting his hand on
it,
his
like,
wound.
yeah.
Yep, that's bleeding all right. It's purple.
Yeah. And then it's just like, okay. And then his friend shows up and they
It's like, where's the purple
peel
alien?
out.
Oh, I buried him under those rocks. Well, now they know you're gonna be here. You were here because you buried him some rocks. We're
Yeah,
gonna know
aliens-
because you pulled him out of the fucking wreckage.
Yeah.
And there's footprints, and now there's tracks from your fucking Jeep.
Which is funny because like you think that's gonna be a storyline that's brought up later of like, oh, the government knew you were at that site.
Yeah,
And
then
it's
they-
never brought up
yeah.
again.
Guess they didn't see him.
Because they like built that up to be like, oh, an alien doesn't bury itself.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, they're probably gonna be like, Hal, we know you. And there's like, I know what you're talking about. I don't have a ring.
Yeah, but it just,
But they never did. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
of
we
course,
found an alien.
aliens bury themselves. He knew he was about to die. That's it. That's it for me. Yeah.
Let me remove my detachable penis and bury myself.
Put the ring on.
Yeah.
For you. That's for you, Hal.
Yeah, just for you. They peel out, then it cuts to Hector Hammond, who
I had a
apparently
question,
is
though,
just
like if
eating
you got,
sauerkraut and hot sauce. Like,
yeah, that
what,
was
dude?
weird. But I had a question before. Let's go back for just a
Okay,
second.
yeah.
If you were Hal in that situation, you got whipped over there by a green orb, would you go and look in that ship? Like you saw like a purple hand, like fucking,
Have
and not knowing shit about being a Green Lantern or any of that.
but like seeing other movies with aliens, I'd probably be like, hard pass, dude.
Right?
I gotta get in that water. It's cold. I don't know if that thing's gonna fucking kill me. Also, this water is probably fucking riddled with viruses and bacteria. I'm gonna pass.
Just leave some.
Just leave them there. And I was like, I'll call somebody.
Well, I mean,
But-
you know, the ring. The ring
And like,
chooses-
if I were,
chooses-
see, that's why if the ring should have literally grabbed me with its actual ring instead of like bringing me there to be like, nah, I'm good. See it from a distance. Like, you okay, buddy? Okay.
Yep, probably
not-
homeless guy. Goodbye.
I'm not gonna touch your wound or nothing. So
Yeah, this is.
we're good.
I feel like the water's probably filled with like fuel leaking from that thing.
Yeah, and I don't want to get that on me. And like, I just got brought here by a green ball. Now I have to get back to my car somehow. So
Yeah,
like,
and I'm soaked because the green ball threw me
into a
water.
puddle. So I'm good. Yeah,
But
we get
yeah,
to-
I like to step outside that movie thing when
Like,
I
what
see
would
stuff
I
like that. I'm
do?
like, what would I do? Probably not walk up
Probably
to it and
not.
pull him out
Yeah.
and have a chat with an alien.
oh, I'm totally fine with you being an alien. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's a fucking
Holy
alien. I'm
shit,
gonna
dude.
touch on you. Whoa.
Now, if I saw a ship like that and I didn't see a creature, I might check it out. I might look.
Yeah.
But I'd be very cautious. You know, I'd walk up
Distance.
slow.
Yeah.
If I saw something moving, I'd probably run away.
Yeah, not just like, let me get in there.
Oh, there's somebody there. Let me help you. Let me save you. And then it bites
Whoa.
me in the neck, you know. And now it's like the thing. And
Yeah.
I've screwed the planet Earth over, even though
Yep.
it was probably going to happen anyway. Because if that's
my
the case-
head's gonna detach and become spider legs, and all
Yep.
because I was trying to be a brave, cool guy,
thinking
and
that
go
I'm going to
save
become
an
a Green
alien.
Lantern.
and here I am having a parasite. I wasn't Green Lantern at all. I'm just a host.
Yeah, with no Kurt Russell in sight. Mm-mm.
Situations get worse by the second. Yeah,
All
Hector
right.
Hammond eating sauerkraut with hot sauce. What the-
I love sauerkraut, but I like it with stuff, not by.
Like he
well,
just like
I
seemed
mean,
to
I
be
could
like
eat it.
putting it on a cracker or something with like hot sauce. I'm just like, oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
People
that's
like weird flavored stuff. I mean,
And he was a goofy Art Garfunkel looking guy, so with his mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
with like a weirdly angry dad. Well, a capitalist dad. I
Yeah.
mean,
You dad, you let me be the scientist for this, like whatever.
because
dude.
you let me do it. Because it was all you. There's people that wanted it before. You're like, yeah, well, basically, it's
You're
who
welcome.
You know.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
so
it's-
he gets to do an autopsy of just looking. Doesn't even get to cut open Abin Sur. It's just a quick look over of an alien, and they let him go. Like, all
Which
he does is like, oh,
I
it's
was a
got
little
humanoid
surprised.
features, and it's got a hole in its chest. All right, thank you for all your work.
Also, its skin is so thin that you can see its muscles, but it's got no wiener.
And I put my finger in a hole,
Yeah.
and a little bit of parallax bit me in the finger. I was like, oh.
Oh, that's a little parallax in there. Ooh. Oh, what
Now
was
my
that?
eyes, now my eyes glow yellow in the mirror.
Yeah, now I got
Ooh.
jaundice.
Yeah,
That's what
I mean,
happens.
that's not-
You don't want
that's not
parallax biting
parallax.
you.
It's not parallax, sir. That's just jaundice.
But I can hear your thoughts.
Yep. So
That's
then,
just your body shutting down.
yeah, your liver's going bye bye. So then Hal gets, he punches those dudes
Mhm.
through brick walls in a
And
car.
I'm assuming
Definitely
they're
dead.
dead. I was like,
Even
they're
though
dead.
like lethal force is not allowed for a Green Lantern ring, like those guys are fucking dead. It's like a Batman
The
situation
one
where
guy went
like,
through a friggin' brick wall. So
yeah,
dead.
if they're not dead, their hospital bills will kill them. That's for sure.
Paralyzed for life.
Yeah.
You know?
But hey, at least I'm not dead. Thanks,
Yep.
Green Lantern.
That's what you get for picking on Hal Jordan.
Yeah, man. I was gonna throw nails at you, but now here's a big fist.
Like, was that a better idea?
So like he gets sent to Oa and like is like doing the floating, they're doing diagnostics on him. And it goes to like showing him bare chested, and then it suddenly like cuts to like it pulling out and his suit being on.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a lot cooler to like see the suit morph on him slowly instead of suddenly a cut of him like laying there with it on.
The suit bothered me the whole time, regardless.
Yeah, let's talk
Actually,
about
actually
the
on
suit.
everybody. The
Yeah,
suit's
so
bad.
like they went CGI suit with this movie, and like part of me gets it because it's like, oh, so it can look like energy and stuff. Just make it a fucking costume.
Seriously, they could have
Because
still
the
done
collar-
like the morphing onto the body.
Yeah, because the collar is just part of his neck. Like there's no difference. It's just like in his
Yeah.
neck.
And
And
when
it
they
makes their
move-
heads look floaty
Yeah.
and their hands look all weird. And like the mask, oh my fucking god, the
Jesus
mask.
Christ.
It's a CGI mask over him, and it like kind of whitened his eyes. Like either whiten them fully or not at all. And give him a real mask. Don't get a
Seriously.
CGI mask that like floats when you.
It's awful. God, it was
I
funny.
would've-
Like there's a few times where I just laughed because it was just
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Like it's fine for the fully CG characters because they're also like a CG head.
Mm-hmm.
But on a human person with like a real head and it's like floats all weird and like the collar's just like in their skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. This suit's just a bad idea. Like you could have easily maybe done like a Tron situation where you build the suit and you just put lights in the little creases and like have it move around.
See,
You
that
can
would
do
have been sick.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah.
Like, just like have it light up from the inside, almost like Tron, but like, you just like the black and green. That would have been dope. Practical suit. I'm not talking white booties and gloves like from the fucking 60s and shit. I'm
No,
talking
like the cool one from like when we were in high school.
It's like, like
yeah, with the sick gloves and stuff. Like wasn't it
Like,
black and green?
yeah. Like I get the idea of where they're coming from. They're like, oh, it's 2011. Let's make CGI suits. It doesn't look good to this day. This is
No.
why I don't like the Spider-Man movies, is because it's a fully CG suit instead of having him in a suit. There's pictures of Tom Holland on set with the Spider-Man suit. Looks good. And then they CGI the character every time. So it looks just unsettling and fucking weird. I don't like it. Stop doing CGI suits when you can just wear a fucking suit.
Yeah, what is so bad
Especially
about
Spider-Man.
wearing
You're wearing a fucking Spider-Man suit. All you have to do is wear a Spider-Man suit. Why are we CGIing over him instead of wearing a fucking Spider-Man suit? Oh, I don't want to show wrinkles. It's a fucking costume.
It's
Of
a
course it's gonna
suit.
have wrinkles. Like it's gonna have fucking wrinkles in it.
Oh, God.
Watch
So
any.
Where is he getting this material? Some sort of space material that
Yeah,
never wrinkles?
Space nanotech.
No, it's Tony Stark made a material that doesn't wrinkle.
Anti-wrinkle material. Like it bothers me. Like did you just wear a practical suit? Like there's certain scenes where it looks great. And then it suddenly is him like a fully CG person with a
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit. I'm like, what is going on? For no reason. No fucking reason. And that's what this movie, like, you should have learned from this movie.
Seriously, because
Don't
I'm
do
pretty sure
CG
that
suits.
was one of the things, like one of the big things that
Mm-hmm.
people talked about. What the hell was with the suit?
Yeah.
And like again, you can kind of understand the fact that when you put the ring on, you get the suit.
Comes
But
on.
again, it doesn't have to. The neck and the
Like, it's the mask and the hands mostly for me. Like the hands move so like weirdly animated and they're like sausagey fingers. And like the thing now that I'm thinking of like when the suit goes over your clothes, now your clothes are all bunched up in there, you know?
yeah,
Like,
but I
that's,
mean,
like,
and
and then like they come out like his sweatpants he's wearing are gonna be all like bunched up and they're all weird.
yeah, but I
and
mean, like, would
creepy.
you get naked first? Oh,
That's
hold
true,
on.
huh?
I gotta get.
Like,
Yeah.
Abin Sur wasn't wearing clothes.
That's probably because he was a lantern full time.
Yeah, dude, he was
He didn't need clothes.
dick out or in, retracted.
I'd say retracted or in.
Yeah.
His species evolved to not
He
have a
doesn't need it.
peen. What the
He
hell,
doesn't
dude?
need a peen.
I
He's
don't
all
like.
about the core. All about the core. Oa, the planet Oa, looks like it was designed in the 90s. Like it was like the show Reboot or Journeyman Project. Like there's like spires and stuff that are like polka dotted and swirly, and like citadels look
Yeah,
weird. I'm like, it looks like a 90s
PC game.
Yeah, exactly. Like a screensaver or like a PC
Like it
game.
almost kind of reminded me of like Neverhood buildings and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm like, and this is supposed to be like Oa, the like center of the universe. Like, okay.
It's the Neverhood.
I'd be down for that. I'd rather have that. So then he's on Oa. He gets some more exposition. The Green Lanterns were made by the Guardians. The power of will is the strongest power in the universe. Has to learn to fly, and then gets trained by I forgot his fucking name. Michael Clark Duncan plays him. He says Poozer all the time. Poozer.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were gonna put that in. What is his name? Fuck. Now I can't remember the other guy's name either.
Kilowog.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Poozer.
I don't know. It
Poozer,
worked.
more like-
It worked.
It's just like stuff that I thought would be goofy from the comics translated well in the movie, like Kilowog saying Poozer and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's like
I don't know if I don't know.
But then
if
the
it would have translated.
construct.
I don't know if it would have translated well if it wasn't for Michael Clark Duncan, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like some
'Cause
guy.
I
Like,
mean,
hey,
with
Poozer.
with the low voice,
yeah,
and the
Poozer.
I mean, because like if someone that big is calling you that with that deep of a voice, you're like, yeah, that's what I am.
I'm a Poozer. So he fights him, and then he like mimics a small sun of like that's the gravitational of the sun. You got to learn to fight it.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, everybody else in the city is getting sucked into this fake green sun. I'm like, shit's like, what the fuck? Why is there a sun? Why is it
Stop
only
making
targeted
big
on Hal?
suns, Kilowog?
Hey, you poozers, I do what I want. You poozer.
Would it have worked if he was like at a Brooklyn accent?
Yeah, it was. He could have been voiced by James Gandolfini.
Yeah.
A little Tony Soprano on him. And the training montage is a day. Like he
That's-
doesn't learn anything. It was a day. Like
All
what
right.
the- All
You're
right.
done.
I quit. If you quit, they would have taken the fucking ring. Fuck you. They would have taken the ring.
Yeah.
And like, so there's the big speech that Sinestro gives everybody about Parallax, and he's gonna go get them, and everybody shoots their rings up, and it just sends out this big green laser. Where's that go? When does that end? Like I just imagine some
Yeah,
planet,
'cause,
some
like-
big green light goes like, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck is? And they
Every
just
so
like-
often they just get hit with a big green light, and they're like,
they're
"God
like,
damn!"
"Ah, stop, Green Lantern! Stop doing your oath and stuff. I get it.
Like, wait, well, you can't get that mad. They're the ones that keep the galaxy safe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Galaxies.
Sorry, I like took sporadic notes because like this movie is like a fever dream. It just like kind of bam, bam, bam happens.
I know. Oh, okay. So there's the party.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, one thing before the party. Sinestro takes a group to go face Parallax straight on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like they put the chains over him and like tie him down. And then he breaks the chains and he's like, oh, he has that shock of like nothing can break green chains. Whoa, this thing is
I know,
powerful. Like
What did
that's
you
the
think, dude? Fucking.
that's the part that kind of translates weird in the movie is like in the comics, the constructs of the rings, it's okay. Like if they use a giant like fist or a toy train or a chainsaw or a machine gun, you're like, oh, I get it. But in the movie, I'm just like, it seems weird. He pulls out a machine gun like shooting
Yeah.
Kilowog or like Sinestro with it and swords. I'm like,
Yeah.
why does this seem goofy in the movie, but in the comics,
But
I'm
in the
like, yeah,
comic, it's just
believable,
fine.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool
Yeah.
that they like use a brick wall or something, and like in this, I'm like, it just seems weird.
Right.
But it's a part of it's the Green Lantern. It's like the thing of the Green Lantern. Like whatever you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just because it's like the way he like grabbed for the machine gun and just like stand there. Like
I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what would I be like? I'd be willing just like weird, heavy shit at people, like I'm
Yeah.
fucking in Looney Tunes or something,
Yeah.
like
There's a big old
pianos
anvil.
and stuff. Just like big trains, just.
Big old Thomas the Train engines.
I would do weird stuff like that just because.
Yeah, I'm a Green Lantern. I can do what the fuck I want.
Well, you said I should will it. Big like hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a raw
been
turkey. Just
Yeah. I think most of mine would be food. Since most of my
Yeah.
humor comes from food jokes, it would just be food. It's fine. If it gets the job done, you're welcome, universe. So then, yeah, they go to the party. They're celebrating God knows what. I don't know. That somehow he saved the company.
Oh no, she saved the company.
Right,
That's what
okay.
she's good at. She's good at
Right.
chatting up a storm. She saved the company. She's selling all kinds of jets. That one dude is all creeping and sucking on his drink all weird.
I was about to say, and he's like on the table.
You
Like,
know,
there's been
like-
times where I've done that too, but I like his just like oh.
That seems like something that he like normally does. Whereas I do
Yeah.
it because the cup is way too full.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pick it up and spill it all over the place.
Yeah. So there was a bit in the Secret Origins Green Lantern thing that Jeff Johns did. Like Hector Hammond actually finds out Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern, and he gets jealous, and he actually like really was in love with Carol Ferris and stuff. So like that part's kind of cool, but it's like they didn't play heavy into it, which is good.
Mhm.
It's just that they didn't need Hector Hammond. Either do Hector Hammond and not Parallax, or Parallax and not Hector Hammond, because it's too fucking busy.
Well, that's
Like,
what I
I
thought,
don't-
because like it doesn't mash up, and it felt like they kind of mashed them together toward the end, where he's like, "Now you're my slave, and you do what I say," kind of situation.
Yeah,
I'm like,
instead of
"Oh."
having his own powers, like
Like, what
he
was the
didn't need
point
to
of
be
that?
there.
Yeah.
Like he was just dicking around, and then suddenly kills one guy, and he's like, "Oh, Hal Jordan, I couldn't let it." Like he didn't need to be there. So like either make him the villain, and that's the guy you fight, or just Parallax.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I don't write movies. I didn't write a Green Lantern movie. In the comics, Sinestro trains Hal Jordan. He's not like he's a dick to him, but he's not always a dick. He like trains him.
Yeah.
It'd been a lot cooler if Sinestro was there with Hal at all times, training him, and they like take on Hector Hammond themselves, or like, you know, something together, so that he can actually learn and not just suddenly like, I'm the best Green Lantern for no reason.
But
Like,
this is also before the time when they would just like stretch shit out,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know, because now they do that, and
Yeah.
some of the time you're just like, well, stop stretching.
We're
Like
good, we're good.
that's enough.
Like it would have been cooler, like for an audience, the way you want to be brought into a story like this is like, Hal is us.
Mhm.
We have no idea what Green Lanterns are, so we're going in the story with him, and like it's all over the fucking place. If like if he was the Green Lantern and Sinestro was training him, then we could have learned shit without exposition. Like he could have been training like, oh no, we can't do that. Oh
Yes.
no, lethal force isn't done.
Like, why can't God, I wish there were more movies like that, like where they didn't have to like, because you know, I mean, people always bitch like, oh, well, you know, how do I follow it? And like, well, you don't want people to hold your hand, but you do, and that's basically what that is. It's
So,
like holding
like,
your hand without like saying, "Give me your fucking hand and I'll take you through this." Like,
yeah,
it's
you
holding your
child.
hand in the sense like, just watch the movie and you'll get it.
So like, yeah, it'd have been a lot cooler. Take out the exposition in the beginning and just like have Abensur crash. Like, just start it out. And like, you know, work in flashbacks. So just fucking start it out. And Sinestro teaches Hal through the movie that is also teaching us what Green Lanterns are and all that shit. Like, do that. The comics did that. Fucking Sinestro trained Hal Jordan, have him train Hal Jordan the movie.
See, and that's like one of my gripes with superhero movies is just all of a sudden now I'm a super person. I know everything. And this is like, you know, I was destined to do this, you know, the ring chose me for a reason. God damn, I was so sick of that line.
But it was also was like he was pissed about it. It's like, oh, I'm not that great. The ring chose me, and then suddenly like, yeah, the ring chose me for a reason.
Yeah, I am that great.
I'm fucking great. Yeah, like it's product of its time. It's a rush job. But if you want it done right, just fucking do it right. Like there's material already written for you. You just have to pick and choose it. You just gotta tweak it up a bit.
Is there another Green Lantern movie that isn't
No.
awful? Okay, so
I mean, there's the animated ones, but those don't count. I mean,
so we need a new you're the next director of the Green Lantern movie. I don't even know who would you pick for Hal Jordan. Would it even be Hal Jordan if you were doing it? Where would you start?
I don't know. I kind of want to just start redo it, like have him be trained by Sinestro, because like Sinestro is a cool dude, and I get the reasons why like he ends up leaving the Corps later because he hates like the Guardians and shit. Like I do too. They're piece of shit. But like do that. Like just do like the secret origins thing. Like have Hal be trained by Sinestro. Have them take down like
See, and that would
Atrocitus
be
or some shit like
that would be sick to see a movie like that, and then Sinestro does Sinestro Corps. You know, like
yeah,
that would be
because
sick.
establish this character of a friend of Hal Jordan, a person Hal Jordan ends up looking up to and being trained by, turning against him later on. That's more of an impact. You're like, oh fuck, dude. Like you were like,
Yeah,
you know,
instead of the end of the movie,
I'm gonna put this on for no reason. No reason at all. We made it earlier. I told him we should make it.
I want to
Hal Jordan says, nope.
I want to help
then
write
just like,
this.
let's
Whoever
do it.
who's listening, can we
And I'm not making it part of the DC universe. I'm not doing that shit. It's gonna be its own thing.
Can we do the thing like the Batman? Can we
Yeah,
do
where
that?
it's its own solo story. I'm fucking doing it. We're doing it. I don't care, DC. We're doing it.
Yeah, our Green Lantern's gonna be way better. We gotta find someone somewhat famous.
Yeah, but like not too famous, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crispin Glover, Hal Jordan.
I'd like him in the movie.
Yeah, he'd be good as like a villain.
Yeah.
You know. Ooh, he could be the Black Hand. Oh, he would be so good as the Black Hand. Oh. I'm getting ahead of myself. That sequel's gone down the road, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Back to the party.
To the party, the way he sips that drink, and then when his friend like figures out that it's like him, and when she figures out, which I really liked when she figured it out, because she's like,
yeah, like I've seen you naked. You don't think that hiding your cheekbones is gonna like make me know who you are? Yeah, it's fucking logic. It's like, oh, you don't know who I am now.
that made me happy because so many times in like superhero movies, who could they possibly be? Who is this?
Oh, I don't know who is this person. Like,
Yeah, you know, like what the hell?
And like the scene in the helicopter crashing and it's like wobbly tail and like him using the Hot Wheel track, like once again goofy when you see it in a movie, but would have
Yeah.
been okay in a comic, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe because it's a comic. I don't know. But like, yeah, it's just like woo, 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 kind of.
And maybe it was the time. Maybe it's the time.
I don't know. You know. Yeah.
But yeah,
I did like how she instantly knew who it was, and like even his friend saw him from a distance. Is like that's how.
I love that part where he's at his house. It's like, well, I don't know. And when he was like, "Oh, Hal, I want to see it."
Yeah.
Of course, you know where my mind went.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to see what I got?
You want to see it?
You want to see it?
I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna talk about Sin City in this episode."
Every time. Hal, I want to see it. You want to see what I got?
Yeah, you want to see it? You want to see what I got?
And they
I've
like,
seen all rings,
all
sizes.
sizes.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
And like they only play on the ring running low on energy once, and it was that, and he just like puts it up to it, and it's like, oh, finally we
Like,
got it.
that's a quick charge. It's like, man, I
Yeah.
wish my phone would charge like that. Just touch it
Seriously.
to the.
Yeah. This movie feels like it should have had a laugh track, and then maybe that's what they were going for. It's like, oh, you're a superhero. Don't they always get the girls? Like it would benefit
Yes,
from that.
yes.
Like it just seemed like they were setting up jokes of like, where's the laugh track? Where's
Dylan
the
cut.
audience?
He adds a
Yep.
laugh track.
Oh, you think I've seen you naked? You can't see your cheekbones. When they kiss, ooh.
Yeah. That speaking of that airport scene was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the way there was another scene where his fucking suit looked.
And it was a pointless scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going on? Like, it's like the end of the movies where it gets like convoluted and jumps around. Because like, oh, I quit. Oh, I didn't quit. Now you guys know who I am. Oh, I fight Hector Hammond in a airport. I think I do later, or do I do it sooner? We do it twice because there's a fucking laboratory. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
I just watched it yesterday and I don't remember it. Like that's how.
I watched it like right after I got done. Right after I got done watching it, I got on here with you. So
Yeah.
super fresh.
And like, yeah, it's just it. I don't know, man. It's
I had to say, I'm like, man, it's kind of a bummer if you work for Parallax, you have to turn into a gross blob. Like you get
Yeah, like
somewhat decent powers, but like
yeah, kind of turn into like John Merrick or something.
yeah,
from
right.
Elephant
Elephant
Man. And just
Man.
like,
And then you
I am a
lose the
human
ability
being.
lose the ability to walk and stuff. Like,
Yeah, because
that's
like in the
lame.
comics, like he's literally a giant head with like a little body and like a floating chair. So like I like how they like kind of did that, but like
That would have I would
I've
have
never felt better in my life.
I'm like,
he
you
does have
don't
a good scream.
sound- right? He does it a lot too.
Yeah.
Screams
And
a
so when
lot.
he's
There's a lot
fighting-
of screaming in this movie.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like just ah.
When he's fighting Hector and like Hector has him pinned down, I like how he does like the fall on the ground and then look over at him. Like there was cool parts of it. Like Hector
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. And like
No, like, and again, like if he would have been the main bad guy, that would have been just fine.
yeah. Just fine.
Could have saved Parallax for the next movie. Now he's showing up to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it.
For some reason, he skips going to Oa and he goes to Earth because
This pesky one Green Lantern.
Yeah,
ooh,
what
why I
a dick.
oughta.
He flew right through me. What a
Ooh, I'm
ooh.
gonna come back and get Earth instead of going for Oa and taking over. I'm gonna go to Earth. Ooh, this guy.
Just-
But like Parallax luckily tells Hal his plan when Hal gets into Hector's mind. He's like,
I'm gonna come after you, and you're not gonna do this. I'm coming after you. Don't worry about this. Oh no. And then, like,
oh, why did I tell you my whole plan? And then the thing that confused me was like Hector gets like blown away, suddenly is screaming, and then he's gone. And then we don't see him for a bit until he like falls back in his apartment. I'm like, where did he go? I thought he
So
like
he just, like,
evaporated.
I know. So he just ran away to his apartment after
Yeah.
like using his like crazy psychic abilities.
Yeah. And then just like, and then he gets a wheelchair. But like, yeah, I don't know. And then they gave him a pep speech. Hal goes back to Oa because they actually formed a ring out of fear finally. Because Sinestro's like, the only way to fight it is with fear. I'm like, I get it. That's Sinestro's always been right. I get it.
Yeah.
And Hal's like, no, wait, we can't. I just showed up at the perfect timing. You guys are all afraid. You got to learn to not be afraid.
I like how they're like, what? You don't call out Guardians of Free. Ooh, like, what are you gonna do with your tiny little bodies and your giant heads?
Yeah,
You
I'll
shut
float
the hell-
down there.
Yeah, I'll come down. Don't make me
Yeah.
come down there.
I'll shoot you with plasma beams on my hands. And I'll just poke your head and just like it's like a jellyfish head, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah, I'll just die like it's
your whole head
Use one
is
of
a
my-
soft spot, just like
use one of my Green Lantern swords. Yeah.
yeah. I'll make a giant finger that just goes on your head. And then yeah, they scrap the idea. He's like, we need help. He's like, we can't help you. He's like, well then let me do it. You were gonna do it on your own anyway. You just came to ask for help.
They should. Oh, sure. Yes, fine.
Yeah,
Yes, you do it.
fine.
It's all yours.
Well, let me have a chance. Well, you were gonna anyway.
we
You were
weren't gonna
coming to-
say no. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna let you die anyway. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, but just to let you guys know, I don't have fear,
Yeah, cool. Okay, go.
and I'm gonna do this by myself. No one tries to stop me.
All right.
I hope nobody comes and helps me, because there's like a million of us. I hope no one helps me.
Maybe one or two.
All right, guys, I'm out. What's
I'm
up?
gonna go fight.
Oh, I
Parallax
thought you
on
said-
my own.
I thought you. Sorry, I thought you said something. Okay, here I go.
Only been a lantern for a few days.
Like 2 days. It's cool. But I beat him.
Take on Parallax, guy that the guy that only one guy could
Yeah.
trap inside of a lantern and turn us into a planet. I'm gonna take him on. Brand new.
Brand new.
Trainee on my badge.
I just flew over here, wasted a lot of time,
Waste a lot of power. I still keep my
And,
lantern in a locker,
and no one's gonna help me. It's fine. It's fine.
The guilt trip worked a little bit.
Yeah. So then he goes back. Parallax is on his way. He fights Hector again, I think. Hector's got
Well,
Carol.
he fakes him out with the ring.
Oh yeah, because she's like the cool thing was like she was floating there, but her hair wasn't like moving. It was just like solid. That was
Yeah.
fucking cool. And she's got like the thing. It's like she's gonna be just like me, and me.
He's like, I was gonna say he's little Nicky now, but now
Yeah.
he's also
And like yeah, he gives him the ring.
Yeah.
Which, I lied. I did too. You have to be chosen like I was.
Whoa! He gets
And then-
shot through a wall.
Once again, Hector Parallax comes to Earth, grabs Hector, and like sucks him dry, sucks all his fear dry. And then Hal's like, "Stay right here. I'm gonna go run and get the ring." Whereas it would just fucking fly back to him if it was like the comics. It would have just been like, "Well, I don't have to do anything."
Yeah, I like.
And then he's like stuck in the air, and Carol takes the longest time to set up some missiles. I had no idea what she was doing.
I know. I was like, "What is she doing? Hacking into Parallax? What is this?" Like,
Yeah.
stop fucking around.
Everybody's a computer.
If
Yeah.
you hack hard enough,
That's when you need some music. Which this
either
movie-
that or like
this
some
movie,
like hard techno.
I'm in. So then Parallax is taken over, and like part of me was like, man, people are dumb when you have the police like going, mandatory evacuation, everyone leave, and they're all just standing. And I was like, man, these people are dumb. And then I realized,
yeah,
oh
that's like
wait,
real
that's what
life.
people actually do. People are
Yeah,
like-
and then they
like,
run when things start getting really
Yeah.
bad. I would have been
Whoa.
done. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and stare at this. Goodbye.
I'm seeing a giant diarrhea cloud in the distance. I'm running. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
looks
like,
like a-
"Wonder
like-
what that-"
From a distance, it looks like a dust storm, and you
I'm
don't want to
not-
be in one. So
That means I'm gonna have to get Visine. I'm gonna have to get dusted in my eyes.
I'm just gonna
And
go
now I
inside
got
for
the
a few
police
hours.
going mandatory evacuation. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, wonder what's this is.
I'm going.
It was like
inside.
Independence Day.
Yes.
Things floating over that thing. I'm fucking gone. I'm not even gonna
I'm
be
not
like,
getting it to the highest point as close as I can
yeah.
to the alien ship. No.
And I'm not gonna be sitting in my car going like, what's gonna happen next? I'm like, it stopped. I'm going.
It's opening up.
Take me with you.
Like,
Yeah, it's
gonna get vaporized. That's
that's
like
what
some,
happens to these people.
That's some like Terminator looking like, stuff going through the city.
Yeah, especially with everybody turning skeletons. Like that was cool. I like people like turn to skeletons and like rips their fear because all your fear is in your bones. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, yeah, dude, that's where you store the fear. It's where the most fear is
Yeah.
stored. It's how animals
in
can
your
smell.
bones.
It's why they go right for the net. Like that's why they eat you because they're trying to get to your fear bones.
Your bones, yeah. All your bones are filled with fear, and that's why parallax just takes your bones.
Yeah, takes the bones right out of you.
And it leaves your skin, and you're just nothing but skin, no bones.
Yeah,
Like
skin's hanging off your bones.
A lot better.
So then Hal comes in, fighting them with goofy doodads and shooting machine guns and reciting an oath while Parallax is like,
You can't do me. You can't do
I'm gonna
me.
scare you to death. Ooh.
Oh, I sense so much fear in you. Oh,
He's Yoda.
oh no, you have so much fear.
I did think it was kind of funny just because like you could see him like whispering to him, just like one eye, just like looking through.
hey, dummy, you're so full of fear. You're such a piece of shit. Oh
Yeah,
man,
you're
gonna
going
so
down.
fucking die.
What are you saying in there? I
Yeah.
can hear you whispering
You
something.
best not be saying that oath. You
You
best
fucker.
not be saying that oath that we haven't established does anything because you've said it once in the movie and it did fucking nothing when you said it. Your eyes just went blue and white, and now you're saying it and suddenly you're powerful? We don't know.
Yep, I'm gonna whip your ass into the sun.
I like how so
He makes that,
flies he makes that drill
Yeah.
and then flies behind the drill instead of just being inside the drill, which would have been a lot cooler. He's like a human
Yeah.
drill. I'm gonna fly behind the drill, gets on the other side of them, and suddenly they're by the sun. And then has two jets because he's a pilot holding him back, and he's like being barely held there. I'm like, just make a couple more jets. You'd be
That's
fine,
what I
dude."
thought. Or I'm like, just make like a giant, weird, ridiculous rocket booster to pull you away.
Yeah.
From, like, bye.
Be cartoony, yeah, not just like two jets hold on by like a belt. Like, dude, fucking like 100 jets or like
Because
big
like that's what I would
cartoon-
do. I would have like a giant, stupid like booster, and only one of my legs would be attached to it, and I'd just be like, bye, bitch.
Yeah, the bigger you are, the harder you burn. That's something we never said in this movie, but somehow I'm saying it like it's a line
It's
repeated.
been established. I've said it so many times. Just like the ring chose me for a
The
reason.
ring shows me the bigger you are, the harder you burn.
Yeah. And then I thought to myself, like, what? So all the people that he absorbs, are they like feeling all that pain, or does he just
they're
is
all
he
in the sun
controlling
now.
them?
I think they're like part of him now. Like all their bones, their fear bones are in them.
Well, like, can they feel it? Are they like conscious through this?
I feel like it because they're still like skeletons and screaming. So now he just.
But are
burns all
are
those.
they like forced to work for him? Like, is he controlling? Like, because it looks like they kind of grab onto people, like they
Yeah.
or
Ooh.
are they just sort of unconscious like slaves, pretty much?
Yeah.
Like maybe they're
Rhinos-
trapped in there, but like they're
demon
slaves.
drone things that are just like, oh, I'll just grab whatever's in front of me.
Or they know that they're there. They're just they
Yeah.
can't control it, and he just does
Yeah.
everything. Which would be awful because they all just died in the sun. What would probably be a better fate than being part.
I'd rather die in
Parallax.
the sun than be a slave to Parallax.
Yeah, just like killing poor innocent people, sucking their
I'm
fear
so
out, and watching their
sorry.
faces just get all contorted
so
every time.
sorry.
I didn't want to do this. He's using my bones.
I had so much fear in my bones. I'm so
Sorry.
scared of so many things. He knew I had so much fear bones. Took all my bones. The thing that bothered me too is like Hal is running away from him, and he just like grabs a satellite and throws it at him, and it does nothing. I'm like, you know how fucking expensive satellites are?
Like,
now they
even-
have to like get a new one, build it, which is not cheap, launch it into space, which is not cheap. Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'd be like, you can pull it up there, Hal.
Yeah, we got to build a new one. And what did it do? It barely dinged him.
Like he
Why'd
could,
you
he
do
could,
it?
yeah. But I mean, if I was Hal at that point, I'd lie. I'd be like, he ran right into it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it was.
I didn't totally throw it at him and miss.
I tried to
pretty
stop
much.
him.
And he was like, "Oh, take that, USA!" He was super anti-American. So
That's why he
threw
only
him in the
landed.
sun.
Yeah, Hal is unconscious, flies slowly towards the sun instead of very fast, being a sun, And of course, Sinestro saves him. I was just like waiting for some big goofy hand to come and grab him instead of like a bunch of ropes. So I'm glad it was like instead of like some big cartoony like, "Oh, I got you, pal." It'd have been great if it was a catcher's mitt. But...
right? That's what I thought. Like just a big catcher's mitt comes.
Gotcha. But then yeah, like then Sinestro's cool with him. He respects him. Like, oh, you're just like Abin Sur. That would have been cool in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And accepting him then, you know, of like, man, you're a great Lantern. I've been teaching you well. You've been training well. You're just like Abin Sur. Not suddenly like you beat him up by yourself, even though we couldn't, and you weren't a good Green Lantern because you quit twice, and we never trained you. But Kilowog's gonna take all the credit of, can I train him or can I train him?
No, that was me. I did all that. That's what he
I
gets.
did
I
all.
did it.
I did it, posers.
Yeah. See how he threw parallax in the sun? I told him about the sun.
I told him to do that.
I told him
I
about
was like,
gravity.
I put a bunch of rocks on him, and I was like, hey, you remember when you get too close to the sun? You guys are
And then
welcome.
he threw parallax in it. Welkies. So
I taught him that.
basically, I beat parallax. So Kilowog beat parallax. End
Yep.
of the movie.
Kilowog is the greatest Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You
Single-handedly threw him into the sun.
Yep. Poosers.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. How's a Green Lantern, whatever, tells Carol, blah, blah, blah. And then mid-credit scene, Sinestro just taking the ring, which is not guarded well, apparently, and
Yeah,
just putting it
pull it.
on for no reason.
And he just, and then of course, has to do the flashy yellow in his eyes. Ooh. Like, yeah, his suit looks cool.
Yeah, like Sinestro was always fucking great. Sinestro was dope
Yeah.
in the comics. Like, I totally understood where he's coming from. I fucking get it. But, like, he had no reason to put it on. Just other than, like, I wonder if that's so cool. I'm
Now
yellow.
we can make another movie.
I'm
That's the only
feel.
That's the only reason he put it on.
Yeah, it was just
I thought
sequel bait.
I'm pretty sure I can control it. That's really the only thing that I could get out of that is if there were another movie. Oh, I was pretty sure I could control it, but then it ended up not being that, and now it controls him more, and then him and Hal have to have a big old battle. Maybe there's
It'd been a lot
monster in
cooler
there
if it
too.
was what it was originally, of like him having doubt in the core and doubt in the Guardians and like finding like a true power. I don't know, man. I didn't write it. I didn't make it. I was just the shitty butthole. Was like, fuck this movie. Oh, wow. You know. That's it. They all shine their Green Lantern beams in the air again,
blinding
some
the
random
neighboring planet.
Yeah, they're all just a planet full of just blind people.
Now they're just born blind. It's an evolution thing because the lanterns have been
There's
blinding
so
them
much
for years.
willpower radiation in the genetics that are making everybody blind when they're born.
Yeah, willpower radiation. But there's like beams of light coming off of that planet constantly anyway.
Yeah. Let's just pull out a classic. You know, if we're trying to have second chances, let's do a second chance of doing good promos for Project Nerd.
Okay.
So here's my second chance.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, poosers, if you want some good nerdy content that you've been itching for, that you're like, ooh, I can't get enough. Ooh, I wish I could find a place. Ooh, there's no other site on the internet that can satisfy me.
Boy, I just feel like I'm such a loner. I'm the only nerd.
Guess
I'm the
what?
only guy that likes fun things.
Guess what? You're not alone. There's a place for you. Where is that?
That's projectnerd.com.
Project-nerd.com. If you don't want to be lonely anymore, you poor lonely sap you.
You don't have to be lonely anymore.
Yeah.
At projectnerd.com.
Go check it out.
It's not a dating site.
That's not a dating site. It's a nerdy site.
Yeah.
I'd say that was a great promo. We are definitely
We're really
second
up in our game.
We're really changing as people, you know,
with this next season.
Because before that would have been a really bad ad-libbed promo. People would have thought we were being facetious when we were being genuine.
Yeah.
And it would have gone insulting to the viewer. And I feel like we didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did a good job. That was a good promo. Yeah. Good job, us. We really are. This PA is really working.
Yeah. Good thing we came up with it, and we're gonna stick with it for at least 6 more episodes.
Seven episodes
7 more.
Tops.
Yeah.
Let's fucking rate it. Let's do it. Let's say that. There you go. You
All
go
right.
first.
So after watching this, actually, I feel like the whole way through, because again, I'd seen bits of it on TV. It's not awful, but it's not like the coolest thing. And then when I think about the comic, it just makes me wish that they would have done things differently. And of course, you watched everything we talked about, so of course that's what I would love to see. As far as just like watching it and it being kind of I would say it's sort of a fun movie. For the time it came out. I mean, 2011 stuff like this was still coming out. I can't remember when. What was it? Was it still the same along the same lines as like what were some other ones that came out?
I know Iron Man came out like 2008 or 2009. So
But
like
see,
this
that
was like in the
people like
beginning era.
They loved Iron Man though.
Yeah,
Anyway,
weird.
digression on that one. It is what it is for the era. It wasn't awful. I like Ryan Reynolds. I like his quips. He's funny. He makes me laugh. He's got a charming demeanor about him, and I think that works. And I think it worked for this movie because it, like Dylan said, felt like it could seriously have a laugh track and still be like it probably might have been a little bit better, but then it would have come off as a comedy, which it wasn't supposed to be. Anyway, my rating is 6.8 stars.
Okay.
No, 6.8 rings. Green Lantern rings.
Ooh. For me, I am trying to be a better person. I am an adult. I'm trying to be less cynical. There was a time when I gave this movie a 2. Grown up looking at it, it's a product of its time. It's a decently enjoyable movie. It's got a lot of bad cuts in it. That might be from the studio. I don't know. I wasn't part of it. Maybe there's a director's cut. Maybe it's good. I just think they tried. I will give them that. They tried to do a superhero that like isn't the big main ones, Superman, Batman. They tried something new. I'll give it to them. Do I like it? Not particularly. Maybe because I'm still trying not to be that comic book butthole. So I will say you guys did a decent job at a movie. It's not bad. It's not great. I'm going to give it probably 6.6 poozers. I'm going to go 6.6 poozers. So
I mean, and I feel like for what it is and the rewatch and giving it the second chance, it's definitely getting a lot more stars than from the little bits that I have seen. Because again, I would have probably given it about a 2 as well. But that's, cynical me before we started Two Guys, One Film. And I've I've definitely started taking movies a little bit less seriously. But not like in a sense that I'm like, oh, this is everything is just so goofy. Like not like that, but enjoying it for a movie, I guess, if that makes sense.
Enjoying it as a piece of art and media and something to take in, and also growing up realizing the work that goes into making movies, like how many people fucking work on this movie, like how much time it takes, how little time it takes, and the things you got. Like a lot of factors go into making a movie now that I think about, where I'm like, okay, shit happens. They tried their best. Hey, they made a movie. They've made more than I have. So, okay, good job for you guys. So, like, I don't know. We're new. I suggest everybody out there take off your cynical hats, cynical goggles, your cynical boots of the gospel, whatever you wear. Yeah. Take that shit off. Watch a movie. Just fucking watch it.
Yeah, seriously, though, go check out Green Lantern, the 2011 version. It's not bad. It's not the greatest movie, but I don't feel like I wasted time watching it.
No, and like, I'm glad I gave it a second chance because it's a Green Lantern movie. It's whatever. It's a movie. Like I'm not as big of a butthole anymore. So that's what this movie has taught me. It's taught me that I have somewhat grown as a human being. So
is this season going to be like us learning things and like lessons and shit?
I don't want that to be the theme of the season. I don't want to learn lessons.
It just happened though. Like we didn't even mean for it to happen. Shit. Like, dude, we were like stone cold, like hard badasses from prison, and like
now
Ryan Reynolds like melted us a little bit. I think
he melted my heart.
Yeah, with his antics. like his Green Lantern nonsense.
Thank you,
And
Ryan.
I mean nonsense in
a fun way.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. You've actually like that actually was helpful. I feel like crying, almost like, is this what PA is about?
Yeah.
It's about letting go, letting loose, saying what's on your chest, getting that hate, getting that cynicism of when you were a 23-year-old man pissed off at a fucking comic book movie. Grow the fuck up, people. Take a movie for what it is.
Oh my god.
And on that note,
this makes us sound like such buttholes. We're the right amount of butthole, though.
Yeah, we used to be up here. We're right here now.
Yeah, we're the right amount of butthole now.
We're the right amount of butthole. And on that note, folks, it has been a fantastic episode. Thank you for joining us, season 6. For Two Guys, One Film, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Dane.
And stop being a butthole and watch a movie.
Seriously, stop being so cynical. Just the right amount of butthole, guys.
Right, you want to be this kind of butthole.
Right here.
Right
Not up here. That's too much butthole. Right here, butthole.
Butthole, right hole.
Yeah, butthole, right hole.